Shakti, the first fox sage, brought forth by her bond with the holy fox, and with powerful spells and teamwork with the Millennium Fox, Ara defeats her enemies with ease. Welcome back, lore seekers. This is Simigy for today's lore video today. We'll actually be going over Ara's third job path, Shakti. Before we actually start the lore video, I might actually start our new series called the Class Review Series, and that particular video alone will actually take analysis of the character's potential, add clearing ease of use, and some other criteria that I like to review for a particular character. But that actually be something exciting for me to work on as besides the lore videos. For now, let's start the lore video of Shakti and the path that she actually had to take to get where she is. Ara continued to search for her brother and also find a way to free N from the ancient hairpin. Always striving to follow the right path, she found out the seal was made using her family's age-old art of exorcism. Unfortunately, the rest of her family was annihilated by the demons before she could master the art herself. Relentless, Ara kept going until she met the alchemist Echo, who became curious about the ancient fox spirit now sharing control of her body. Oh, this reaction is one, but two but one. Intriguing. Can I take a look? During the alchemist experiments, Ara learned about a device that can project N's memories. This allowed her to see the exact moments when N was captured in the hairpin. From this vision, she learned the secret exorcism techniques that her ancestors performed to create the seal and how she might be able to break it. Yes, that's like an exorcism secret art. Ara succeeded in raising N's new supernatural powers from the hairpin and obtained the ancient fox swift movements. By her newly acquired skill, she became widely known as the Little Spectator. From this lore tab from Little Spectator, Ara still remains her original goal of freeing N from the hairpin. However, since her ancestors died a long time ago during the demon invasion, Ara doesn't have a starting place to learn the ways of exorcism that her practiced a long time ago to seal N into the hairpin. The problem is actually resolved when she actually met the alchemist Echo, and for one of her experiments, she was actually happened to replay the memories that N encountered before she was actually sealed into the hairpin, and that actually gave the opportunity for Ara to learn every single art or exorcism that her family practiced. And from that personal spectating experience, she's happened to replicate some of those things that she learned from those recordings and implement the art to herself. So by doing this actually led to Ara to having odd-colored eyes, and when she actually turns into celestial fox mode, she actually has fox ears. Now we can actually move on to the next path that Ara takes. In this case, it's going to be Ashura. According to the lore tab, Ara finally tracks her brother down in Feta, but to her sheer dismay, the brother she once knew has become the notorious leader of the demon army. Eren does not recognize her, and even worse, Ara witnessed the great evil acts that he is now capable of doing. The young lady is devastated, and yet a voice kindles a little hope, that of the spirit of the nine-tailed fox N. Do you want to grow stronger? Accept me if you desire growth. Together with me, you will be able to overcome your destiny and trials. The fox spirit persuades Ara to accept it completely, and so the martial artist may grow even stronger and overcome all of her troubles with the help of his unworldly powers. Doing so will defy her ancestors' tradition of exorcism, but in Ara's anguish, she could see no other way to prevail but to embrace the greater spectator. And although N's intention remained hidden, the fact that it has never caused Ara any harm in all their time together is enough to convince her. Armed with exorcism art and now the fox spirit's spectral powers, Ara move on to become the absolute phantom, Ashura. From the lore tab from Ashura, we actually see what happens when Ara actually met with her brother, and at this time, she actually experienced all the evil deeds that her brother done, and from all of this, she actually happens to collapse, and that was actually the turning point when N actually took this opportunity to offer her even more power in order to overcome the things that she saw so far. Of course, N actually has her own intentions why to offer greater power for Ara, but for Ara's case, however, during her experiences together with N when she was a little spectator, she actually did see that N hasn't done anything wrong to her, such as tricking her or misleading her in the way that she can benefit herself. By accepting this new power that N has to offer, Ara actually has to abandon the ways of exorcism that she actually had to learn all along and try to infuse them together to the point that actually suits her fighting style. As reflected in her gameplay, there are actually some projections of fox claws that actually will mimic the ways that fox can actually scratch their opponents. And also, she also incorporates exorcism arts just to send out spears, orbs, or even summon En herself to attack her enemies for her. Based on her artwork, as compared to her other classes that usually has a hairpin, Ashura's case is a little bit different because of the fact that she might actually have broken the hairpin that sealed En all this time, and by breaking it allows her to grant even more powers and get to the point that she almost closely resembles En herself. Finally, we actually write through their job path advancement from Ashura to Shakti, and this alone actually grants her to use all of En's powers. According to the lore path for Shakti, according to the contract she formed with En, Ara's contract would end when she finds enough L energy to break the En seal, and that day wasn't far off. Although En could easily take advantage of Ara, En decides to wait until she acts because the Han family were actually the first humans she thought of positively. They were the first humans she came across who acted purpose beyond selfish reasons, which made her curious about the other humans. As she watches, Ara grows and finds her own path with her friends, and acknowledges that Ara has something beyond just strength. Out of respect for Ara, as the last member of the Han family and just a strong individual, En offers a new contract. How about it? Would you be willing to accept me as your partner and obtain true strength? With you, En, I have nothing to be afraid of. With this new contract, Ara is now capable of using En's power to its full potential, her enemies dropping like fallen leaves by her elusive powers. In this lore for Shakti, En and Ara's journey has finally become an end when he actually saw the L energy restored. This was actually enough to break the seal that En was in all this time under the hairpin. However, during their journey together when they were Ashura, En's opinion on humans actually changed all along. At first being distrusting due to the fact that how humans treated her at first before. For the Han family, however, they were actually the first humans to actually treat En with great respect and actually have specific reasons besides being selfish or actually have the power for themselves. During their journey together, En actually experiences how much Ara has grown since they've been together, and obviously her path is not only for strength alone, but possibly the fact that she wants to be there with her friends and always be together. This led to the decision from En to offer a brand new contract for Ara, and the actual contract itself remains a mystery to us lore seekers, and we basically have to theorize on what the actual contract she offered to Ara in order to access the full power that En has to offer for Ara. Ara agrees, and with this new contract, Ara and En will actually become as one and decimate any enemies that they see in their way. That concludes the lore video for Shakti. If you actually have any other classes that you would like to request for the next lore video, you can always comment down below, and the class that has the most comments will actually be chosen for the next lore video at the end of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Riz7G, and I hope you have a nice day.